Hello, everyone. Welcome to the News Browse News broadcast. Global News reports that Air Canada is suspending 4 of its seasonal flight routes earlier than originally planned this year. The airline cites the soaring price of jet fuel, which it attributes to the U.S.-Iran war, as the primary reason for these suspensions. Affected customers will be contacted by Air Canada and offered alternative travel options, including full refunds where applicable. The routes impacted are Vancouver to Raleigh NC, last flight July 29, Toronto to Sacramento Calif, last flight AGA $1, Toronto to Charleston SC, last flight Sept 6, and Montreal to Austin, Texas, last flight Sept 7. The airline plans to resume full service on these routes in the summer of 2027. Additionally, flights from Toronto and Montreal to New York's John F. Kennedy International Airport were also suspended on April 17th, with service expected to restart on October 25. Air Canada's chief executive, Michael Rousseau, stated that this issue is an industry-wide challenge affecting capacity, pricing, and risk for airlines, leading the company to suspend its full-year guidance for 2026. The Canadian government expects to save approximately $140 million this fiscal year by implementing a new co-payment system for some healthcare services provided to asylum seekers and refugee claimants. The measure, which came into effect on May 1st, aims to reduce the rising costs of the Interim Federal Health Program, FHP. Under the new policy, claimants will be required to pay a $40 fee for prescriptions and cover 30% of the costs for supplementary services not typically covered by the public health care system, such as dental and vision care. Data from the government provided in response to an NDP MP's question indicates that $93 million of the total anticipated savings will come specifically from dental care. Routine doctor visits in emergency medical services will continue to be fully covered by the program. A February report from the Parliamentary Budget Officer had estimated the IFHP's cost to reach $1.1 billion for the 2026-27 fiscal year. This news was first published by the Canadian Press on May 7, 2026. 2 Canadian individuals who were on board a cruise ship experiencing a hantavirus outbreak have returned to Canada and are now in Ontario. A third Canadian contact, who was on the same flight but not on the ship, is isolating in Quebec. According to a joint statement from Canada's Health Minister and Foreign Affairs Minister, all 3 individuals are asymptomatic and are being monitored by local authorities. Ontario's health minister stated that the 2 individuals in the province are not believed to be a transmission risk at this time, but the situation remains fluid. The World Health Organization reports 8 hantavirus cases and 3 deaths associated with the outbreak. From Global News. CTV News is reporting that prominent American billionaire Mark Cuban, widely recognized as a star on the television series Shark Tank and the former majority owner of the NBA's Dallas Mavericks, has officially joined the ownership group of the Canadian Elite Basketball League's Brampton Honey Badgers. While specific details of his investment were not disclosed, the Honey Badgers emphasized Cuban's significant ties to the team. Notably, Cuban previously sold his majority stake in HDNet to Anthem Sports and Entertainment, which is the current majority owner of the Honey Badgers. Furthermore, Al Whitley, the chief executive officer of the Brampton Honey Badgers, is a former executive from Cuban's tenure with the Dallas Mavericks. Cuban, who owned the Mavericks from 2000 until selling controlling interest in 2023, though he retains a 27% stake, also co-founded the discount pharmaceutical company Cost Plus Drugs in 2022. Marie-Claude Barrette, a Quebec television personality, is advocating for tougher legislation against online fraudsters and identity thieves after becoming a victim of impersonation. She testified before a legislative committee in Quebec City. detailing how her likeness and voice were used without consent to promote fraudulent schemes involving financial products, cryptocurrency, and weight loss products. Barrett emphasized the severe emotional and financial toll on victims, noting that some have even taken their own lives. She stressed the need for dedicated funding for the enforcement of such legislation and for a clear point of contact for victims to reduce feelings of isolation. The proposed bill aims to empower Quebec's Consumer Protection Office and the Autorité des Marchés Financiers with the authority to quickly order the cessation of unauthorized use of a person's image. Experts suggest requiring websites to be registered in Quebec, regulating money transfer platforms, and reversing the burden of proof to compel operators to prove legal operation. The current bill proposes fines of up to $62,500 for individuals and $125,000 or 5% of global revenue for companies. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.